coming up for you in a bit. But first,
Kuminga Watch.
Yeah, it's day 53 and not much happening, but Brett Siegel did go on the Light Years pod yesterday, and nothing really new, but he thinks second week of September is when we'll start to see movement. So,
okay.
Over or under, let's see, we're on day 53 of Kuminga Watch. Over or under 70 and a half. Over or under 70 and a half days of Kuminga Watch.
Oh.
So the under would be 17 or fewer days, so about 2.5 weeks. Or 71 would be 18 days.
Taking the over.
Taking the over?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is going to go down to the wire.
I do too. It's if he was going to blink on the, I really think that we talked about this yesterday with D'Lo and Casey. If you didn't listen to that, I think D'Lo had some really good stuff on agents and their relationships with players. But if they've reached this point where the agent's just like, yeah, we'll bet on you, let's take the qualifying offer, I don't think either side's going to blink, and they're just going to kind of run into that dead end.
Yeah, I the Athletic had a bit on it today too. Mm-hmm. There wasn't anything new other than Marcus Thompson saying, "Hey, why don't the Warriors just raise their offer just a little bit?"
Yeah, and that's the. It was like if Siegel also said he thinks that if the Warriors change the team option to a player option, Kuminga would take it on the 1-on-1.
Well, yeah, because then it's guaranteed money.
Right.
Yeah, so...
And if I'm... Honestly, dude, here's something I don't understand. Why wouldn't Golden State just do that? What... If all you want is the trade chip, make it the player option. I don't think the player option, if a team is going to acquire Jonathan Kuminga, I don't think that player option is going to be disqualifying for them.
No.
If he plays well enough, if he plays at all and plays well enough that a team is willing to part with something at the trade deadline to acquire him, I don't think they're going to be like, hey, if that was a team option, we'd be in. Player option, that one extra year, we're out. Like at that point, if you're acquiring him at the deadline, you probably want an extra year.
Yeah.
So I don't know, outside of just petty middle fingers, I don't understand why Golden State wouldn't just do that.
Well, Golden State wants all the power. They want to say, like, hey, if we can't trade you, we're just going to dump you.
Right. Understood.
Yeah.
But that's silly to me. If you're trying to get anything for him, if that's the case, if you're like, yeah, hey, if we can't trade you, we're just going to dump you, then cut ties now. Go call the Kings, be like, hey, is that Devin Carter in a second still on the table?
Yeah.
And at least get something. If you're so out on this player, which they are, at least Steve Kerr appears to be. Joe Lacob, I'm less sure, which is probably the hang up. That probably answers my question.
So many people around the team, like you hear nonstop.
Right.
Like they're just done.
Yeah.
Like the relationship is over.
Sure.
Like they don't want him back.
Right.
That's what we hear like nonstop from people in the know.
Yes.
And that's been going on for a while.
Right.
And that's what it's like dirty play here. Like they only want him as a trade chip. They don't care about anything else.
Yeah, they don't care about it's just an asset. That's all this is.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange situation that, again, I think there are ways you can get around this. There should be a way to get like a third team involved where they take on a contract that's expiring.
Mm-hmm.
But I just this thing is going nowhere fast.
No.
At this point, and any buzz, any like excitement for a move is gone at this point.
So I had been leaning toward, I think Kuminga taking the 1-on-1 with the team option is off the table. I do not think that's the outcome here. I think he's either gonna. I was leaning toward he gets traded to the Kings, but as this barrels down this path, I lean more toward him signing on the qualifying offer because apparently that's what he and his agent are just ready to do.
Yeah.
Say, I'm going to bet on me. All right, man.
I know.
Good luck finding teams at cap space next year.
Yeah, and again, the Athletic, they point out, when push comes to shove, that's $14 million you're walking away from. You're not going to do that. And so they might be right. But I think, again, if you want a no trade clause, you want to dump the no trade clause if you're the Warriors, you've got to concede the other side. Either guarantee the second year, which is probably the best move. Just guarantee the second year.
It does not compute to me why Golden State wouldn't just go, fine, we'll meet you in the middle here. We'll get our trade chip.
Yep.
You get that control of and if Kuminga wants to walk away after next year, he can.
Yeah.
If it's a player option,
which
is going to happen anyways if he signs a qualifying offer. It's such a small thing that if that's really the hang up, team option versus player option, just do that.
Yeah.
And get this over with. But I don't think either side is keen to do so.
No, and I think, Damian's point about the leverage of the agent is something that isn't being talked about in the main topic here out there in the real world.
Sure.
But the fact that you have an agent who does not have other clients is a big deal.
Is Kuminga his only client?
No, he's his only real client.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the problem is that means you don't have leverage. Like if you're dealing with, the Jeff Schwartz, the Rich Paul, again, just name like Bill Duffy. Like if you're dealing with one of their clients, you have to have teams have the fear of retribution with their other clients.
Yes.
Or hey, my client's not going to go there.
For example, the Warriors are looking to sign, and I saw somebody aggregate that Jake Fisher reported that the Warriors are going to sign Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Seth Curry once the Kuminga stuff is done.
And Gary Payton III.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gary Payton II, not
Second.
Seth Curry.
Yeah.
But Gary Payton II. You're right. And it's like, we got that. Thank you. That's been. But if to that point, if Aaron Turner also had Al Horford and Malcolm Brogdon's another name that came up as a potential Warriors ad. If those were his two clients right now, this goes very differently. Or if he was Steph Curry's agent, this goes very differently.
Yeah.
So that's why the agent part of this matters. And also, maybe he's just maybe he is what we talked about yesterday, and he's just a guy that's just gassing up Jonathan Kuminga because this is his only client, his only real client. And so he's just like, I need to keep this guy around, so I'm just going to say whatever he wants to hear, which is ultimately doing a disservice to the player.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things so many ways this could have gone differently.
Yep.
And they're not going to.
Nope.
It's not going. This is heading towards like some sort of accident, like a fender bender of some sort.
Yes. It's like, when you see a small child that just learned to walk and they start running?
Oh, yeah.
And then their legs start moving too fast for their little bodies?
This is how Marcus Thornton played defense.
And you're like, damn.
Arms back.
Damn, man. Marcus Thornton.
I love Marcus Thornton. Great dude.
Getting called out. But no, it's like, and you're watching and you're like, oh no. Like this baby's not going to catch himself. That's kind of how this feels. Unless Golden State goes, fine, hey, here's a player option. Which it doesn't seem like they're going to do, which is kind of nuts to me, but.
Yeah, it's totally bizarre.
Whatever. So you're going over 70.5.